It just makes sense that the fans would choose Toledo. Like you said, from the opening round all the way through, he's been untouchable. Driving down the line with a lot of speed is Felipe as he lays down the down carve. Packs it right there with a solid punch in the pocket, drifts the fins. 3 great moves and Toledo still going. Cool little gouge to slide and shuts it down. Toledo, you are an animal.
Wow. 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 This is just backing up that 8.83.
One more look at Toledo.
Well, this is the best wave of the final by a mile in terms of the way it stood up and let Felipe just open up this carve. Just extending that rail line. Backs it up again with a quick snap. This section stands up and he goes, you know what? I'm just going to flare the tail out. So 3 different maneuvers. Shows us a 4th with the layback hack. Comes all the way through to the inside. Critical. Right on the bricks.
Strider, what did you see from the water was?
Nothing but pure fury coming off the rail. I mean, look at the way this guy surfs. Absolute perfection. When he did that turn right there in the lip and he clicked out over into the flats and just completely just annihilated the next turn, and the finish was beautiful. I mean, this guy is just on fire. The opportunities arise and then he just goes nuts. I mean, look at the surfboard. Watch the board. Look at the board in the lip. Look at it flying, just reconnecting, clicking down out of it. The board control is just ridiculous, and watching him peel back the layers of different maneuvers throughout the whole wave. Felipe Toledo is unstoppable right now. He's paddling by us. He just let out the lions roar. That was insane. He just paddled by and roared beyond belief.
Everybody back home, Mom, Whitney, Parker, Matt, my dad, George, Russ, Leonie, Beck, love all you guys. I could go on forever, but thanks for staying up and watching me. We did it. Back to you, Joe.
What a legend. Thank you, Lakey. Transitioning with Toledo on his opener of the final with all the chatter on the finish. He still controls the final maneuver.
Even though they were waves that they were kind of pieces of, you know, her quality of surfing has been good. Let's see if Lakey can answer back.
Peterson hit. Nice looking wall for her. Great first hit. Looking for 7.24 to go back to the lead. Look at this thing open up.
There we go.
Another good turn for Lakey. Hard off the bottom. Good snap into the lip as well. Where's this going to go score-wise? 3 good turns. Critical section. Speed, power, flow, Pete.
Yeah, and you got to love that. It's just that back and forth, similar to what we saw at the Wimbledon final, right? This is happening right here at Jeffreys Bay. Back and forth. Feels like this could be a lead change. Those were the strongest turns we've seen from Lakey in this final.
We see what he's seeing now. Some lines approaching. And we'll see if we'll get Toledo to do something big here. Nice clean cutback to kick this one off. Harder off the bottom. Nice blitz off the lip with the air drop. Creating some space. He's on the windup. Higher line, now back off the bottom again. An absolute power gouge in the guts of the wave and a blowtail to top it off.
Oh, he's good, isn't he? Wow. You can see the celebrations there from the Brazilian camp. That's Bruno, Felipe's longtime filmer.
They connect well with the wall, even though he's been under the weather. He's been using all of his energy for his heats. Already got a quick start during the break.
Oh, what a way to start off. Look at these opening turns here from Kanoa. Just picked an absolute gem. Took off as the siren went. Streaking down the line here and just on fire on a knife's edge. Pushing hard, gets to the finish. And that's exactly the sort of form that Kanoa is going to have to bring to this heat against Felipe Toledo. And have a look at the score. 8-point ride. Hits the excellent range. And precision is what I think about when I watch Kanoa surfing. Just the placement of his maneuvers. Really good positioning. Tags it up into the lip there. This is that final turn. Didn't over push that. I'm glad he didn't, you know. He said the heat against Kelly was a big one. There was a few nerves involved with that. I just think the gravity of that heat was weighing on him. But even on this first scoring wave here, this 617, you can tell he's opened up again. He's feeling a bit free. Here we go, Toledo.
Oh my goodness. Felipe Toledo, first turn, snap to slide. Healthy looking wall. How about that searing carve through the open face? Back off the top again. Driving off the lip line. Beating so many sections. Another big smooth hook. Sets up that snap. Right back to the top again as he meets the lip. Throws it off the lip again.
Immediately, the emotions start flying from Toledo. But have a look at the form here. Just keeping the energy low in the upper body, just so that he could get climb back up on the lip here. So little sort of double hit, the space of one maneuver. But this turn here just tags it, gets the tail release, and puts that weight back on the front foot. She's put on so much strength and body strength, and now that's translating into these bigger turns. So she's doing the work here.
Important wave for Gilmore, already with a great connection. Second hook perfect so far for the 8-time world champ. Moves that stance forward and pulls in for the vision. Lighting it up under the lip again. All down the line motion to catch up to this section here as she lays into it. Steph Gilmore is able to find a finish on a very important ride. 4:15 left. She's chasing a 9.34 to move on.
You know, just the fact that she came here early to put in the work just shows you the intent.
Watching Molly Picklum now fight for the lead. Big sweeping hook to start this one off. This one's going to stretch out on her, so she's gunning for some open face. Getting there without a problem. Lean back into that carve and hitting the lip. Staying on her feet once again. Solid with her finishing moves in this matchup, and that might be the difference if she could hope to beat Steph for the first time, if she can finish every single maneuver.
And then Carissa outside picked up a gem here. Oh, throws the backhand hack, and now she's starting to fire up, the world champ. So streaking down the line here, looking for another big carve. There it is, huge wrapping cutback, and just fighting the wind a little bit to get to that last turn.
And then for the athletes, here goes Connor, deciding to go on this wave, and some sections are going to keep him honest before his big first turn. Connects well. Sweeps off the bottom, nice. Fin ditch on that power hack. Regains his line. Now big sweep again. Throws it in the pocket. Wide open face for O'Leary. Drills it off the top. Airdrop and controls it.
Off the gates, but he had to pull the trigger early. It really did feel like that to me, because he had to race this one in the beginning. But knowing that, he's still going to give it his all. But it just didn't quite give him that turn there. But then a little off balance. You know, judges take note of that. It's like a gymnastic. You know, you land your moves. You want to be in control completely from start to finish on this wave. Did everything though. Put in a good effort.
A special wave, and Sean's just heating up. Couple of steps in the bottom turn, but jumps off the roof and gets the completion.
Let's see a little difference here. Let's see what John has us. This first arc outside, again, extending it all the way through, and even getting that bottom turn back around it to keep himself out front. There's the mix with the layback carve, and more opportunity. Drives the rail through this section, sets up the inside, and straight up into it. Nice combination there. Even more to give right in front of Felipe. And a good finish. Matter of fact, he's going to improve on his scoreline here, as you see in the lip, tagging it as hard as he can with speed, and comes out. Woohoo. Little disconnect with his feet, but he keeps it on his board. He was looking at the lip again.
Look at, like, we've got world #1 in motion. Toledo, 2-time J-Bay champ, throws down a clean down carve right back to the lip. Disconnected off that second section, and how about that perfect slice into the pocket. Toledo still running after this one as John gets started. Two of the best on tour, going back to back here in different heats.
But that arc, look at that, the arm up above the head, drives through, and then again back to back, this time releasing it. it's a whole nother level to be able to perform on the championship tour, and he's done that.
Connor O'Leary got this wave during the break.
So Connor's got some work to make up here, because the 9.23 from John Florence right off the hooter was amazing. I mean, we saw it live. His backhand, he's already produced 9.57 today, so you'd expect him to be able to have that confidence to produce it once again, because he's going to have to. But look at these waves. I mean, it's perfect for the backhanders. He's got such a great wave knowledge of the type of wave he needs to have to surf at J-Bay on his backhand, and that was a great answer. Look at how powerful he is compressing off the bottom, and look at the vertical approach. You don't see a whole lot of forehanders doing that vertical of a hit. And then to be able to do the tightest arc on the lip, that's why the backhand can be a bit of a favorite, you know, because you get to be able to go to that vertical approach. The one thing you want to do is showcase some variety, and that's where those different angles and release of the fins come into play, and he did that on this wave. This is going to be his best number so far. Great answer to the 9.23 of John Florence, and he's going to make this one a heat. Look at how powerful he is compressing off the bottom, and look at the vertical approach. You don't see a whole lot of forehanders doing that vertical of a hit. And then to be able to do the tightest arc on the lip, that's why the backhand can be a bit of a favorite, you know, because you get to be able to go to that vertical approach. The one thing you want to do is showcase some variety, and that's where those different angles and release of the fins come into play, and he did that on this wave. This is going to be his best number so far. Great answer to the 9.23 of John Florence, and he's going to make this one a heat.
He really does look so good out there, Ethan. And here's John. Good call to get this wave off early, and nice big turn from John. Smaller wave, but looks like it's going to set up for the barrel, and
wow, tube time.
Wow. Great way to start the heat here from John. Another big hack. You can't ask for a better start to that in your heat.
No, absolutely. Okay, the bird's eye view here as we see John just coming down the point, tucks in perfectly, drags the arm, gets a little tube time, maintains his position right up high at the top half of the wave, then comes in, and then that trademark layback hack that he has just used as a weapon to win so many events.
Florence parking it here, getting the vision, and he is loving his fast start in this heat right now as he travels through this one. I love the look up that he got at the end, the cheeky little look up at the tower as well. And we talked about the relationship he's had with this country. That's basically to do with the waves, a lot of other factors as well. And he is loving his chance to compete in pumping surf it.
Oh, this turn here is just so packed with power, and that's about as much emotion as you're going to see out of John Florence in terms of a claim.
And you were right, Richie. I think the last time he competed here was 6 years ago. So it's been great to have him back in South Africa.
To win so many events.
Florence parking it here, getting the vision, and he is loving his fast start in this heat right now as he travels through this one. I love the look up that he got at the end, the cheeky little look up at the tower as well. And we talked about the relationship he's had with this country. That's basically to do with the waves, a lot of other factors as well. And he is loving his chance to compete in pumping surf it.
Oh, this turn here is just so packed with power, and that's about yeah, that's actually quite interesting because John hasn't actually competed in the event all that much. I think he's only had 3 J-Bays as we watch one of our surfers up and riding now. This is Ethan Ewing.
Yeah, giving it a good old crack there, Ethan, in the pocket, and just projecting that one with a bounce, bang, into the lip, just detonates it. That white water just turns to smoke as he vaporizes it into the lip with so much speed and venom. And a sharp hit on the end as well from him. So gone a little quiet, that one. He rode a couple of waves early on. He sat back for a while. Let's see if he can pick up in the lineup. Medina, there he is. Gabriel, entry, just easing himself in, and a vicious first hit. And doesn't need to do much to displace so much water. Another hack from him. Look how deep that bottom turn is. That's ridiculous technique as he just throws all sorts of spray into the atmosphere here. Medina, again, so sharp and aggressive, so much fizz into the lip that time. And Gabrielle Medina just showing us slight variations on some aggressive
He knew that was good. He knew that was good.
Yeah, every turn his back foot is pushing out as hard as he can on his toes, and as a goofy footer, it's incredible to see. I mean, look at the sprays, right?
Oh, this is just poetry in motion here, and Gabrielle Medina. Well, he's had a win at J-Bay, and he wants another, but there's more at stake. You know, Gabriel wants to make his move into that final 5 position. And just blasting the lip there. And scores in.
Ethan Ewing enjoying himself once again. J-Bay Callinan right now. He's going to hit this hard. Bang, smacks it. Big turn from a big lad on a solid wave again. And you don't see loads of that kind of energy from Ryan Callinan at the end of waves. He's loving this. Another nooner from him as he goes 12 o'clock. Watch out behind Medina, unleashing fury through the lip. Medina going really fast here, and he'll hang on to that as he drops down out of the lip onto the flats, tags it again, and he'll swing and keep hitting. Medina misses that one a little bit, and then he'll look to, well, he'll grab the rail and be a little bit in front of the barrel. Now he'll get some cover, and he'll force his way out, and that's what Gabrielle Medina can do.
As we see Tatiana take this wave, needs an almost perfect score. First turn looking clean from Weston-Webb. Brazilian sets up the wrap. Fades down deep off the bottom. Classic bottom turn. Tati connects well. Nice clean pace. Belts it again. She's on her way. More opportunity. Quickly off the lip line. She's got to catch up. And that one's going to force her to shut it down right on the inside shelf. Probably had her best pace that we saw in this entire heat.
Numbers in 6.57 for her, so she'll remain in second place. Here she goes, Carissa Moore in the yellow jersey, swinging and wrapping, applying pressure to the rail. And then that car kind of rips one down into the bowl from a high line. Quick snap to set up a tube, gets on the tail, not super deep, but comes out with a ton of speed. And again, wasted no time in shifting the weight. Really nice swing in the pocket from Ritz. Again, just juicing that one hard, and again, snapping the tail out.
We'll keep you posted on Italo's status. Gentile just got the lead, so it looks like we'll be seeing Gentile moving forward. Now Kanoa Igarashi on the windup. Styles his way through that tribute to Matt Hoy. Now blasting it off the lip. Throws the vert. Nice pace now on this part of the wave. Coming through to an end section. Hack off the top. Air drop, stomps it with authority. Igarashi's provided a lot of magic here at J-Bay in the past.
Jordy and Kyle get great numbers.
And speaking of Jordy, lays the rail down on that Smith shape, straight up vertical. He's the king of those transitions from wraps to snaps. Quick vision inside the tube, stalls again for it. Smith with some travel time, sneaks out the low road.
Such a great read. Knew that he needed to, in order to complete that barrel, just stay low, get out before the thing closes out. Such a great read, and awesome stuff there from Jordy Smith.
You take another look at this one, Pete.
You mentioned the transitions between the maneuvers is one of the things that Jordy has been able to do. Look, it's just single rail, bottom turn rail, top turn rail, straight out of the bottom again. Not even double pumping his bottom turns, and I think that's something he's worked on here for J-Bay, is to make sure that it's just transitioning straight to that bottom rail. Anytime he can do it, it's there. Watch this transition right there. Example of it. Carving down straight into the bottom turn, straight up into the lip, and then the read here for the barrel. Great stuff as he kick stalls it. Always dangerous to do at Jeffreys Bay, and then the low road out, completed. This feels like it could easily eclipse his 817. Look at the straight up approach too. So difficult to do. Get those fins out the back. Backhanders can do that a little easier sometimes, but forehand, it's nice to see that variation from Jordy Smith. Look at that little kick stall. And just in it. Nice square barrel. Not the biggest of the barrels, but nice and long, and the completion was clean.
Now we'll move back to the hero in South Africa, Jordy Smith. Power hack there in transition. Smith still leading over Kaiwu Belly. Nice extension on the wrapping, cut back and just drills it. Nice rip off the top again. Smith, a two-time J-Bay champion, lays back on his finishing moves, somehow still fighting for it. He'll be incomplete on the end section.
And here we go, the South Africans. Well, another chance to cheer for them as we see big Jordy Smith, smooth as you like, and he'll open up with that wrapping turn on a rail at a wave he knows and loves so well. Into the lip, stings it, and then just that quiet, calm body throws up a great turn right past Kanoa belly. Opens up on a rail again, and he'll go into the tube there. Looks like it licked him in the face, and you know what? He's good enough to hang on.
Wow, the big fella just holding on there. The wave did its best to knock him off, but geez, he looks comfortable on this wave, doesn't he? Well, here goes Ryan Callinan.
Callinan whipping one to open up. And then just building with a snap down out of the lip. Gets loads of that, gets hold of it. And gives it a good wrench, and he'll go floating. And down through a smooth section, another big hit from him. Doesn't need loads of swing to bring the power. And still going here, another big hit from Ryan Callinan. And this one just gets steep through the inside, and he'll tag it. Just relentless, really, from Ryan Callinan. And really exerting all sorts.
The design of choice for our surfers here, that single concave, being able to just bite and lock into the face for these big carving turns. But Callum with a little bit of work to do, but the boards are looking good.
Good man, Richie. And we're seeing it right into action. Big blast there from O'Leary. Crushing sections today. Throws one into the lip again. Swinging back into the pocket. Arcing turn on the third effort. Under the lip there on that backhand float. Right into a wrapping turn. He is in sync this morning. Driving hard into another big section as it hollows out. What a great moment in his career. Let's take another look.
Okay, again, you know, how important is this outside maneuver? Very important, especially when it's steep like that. And he just gets that tail up and over the lip, no worries. And then the pace slows up beautifully for him, and he's able to go top to bottom, bend backhand. This is where the advantage, if you have this kind of a wave at J-Bay, this is where it's going to give you the ability to just lay in every move. And that's what he did. 9.57. This is a huge number. Again, the finish, so strong in the beginning, was able to keep that speed and power, and then it's just a very strong finish. That turn there kept him moving down the line. That's the maneuvers you have to have in line, be able to get down the line at J-Bay. He identified that, was able to get it done as the wave steepens up for this final move, and that's where the money is. Up and over, tail release, started off with that style of maneuver, finishes with that style of maneuver. That's why it goes 9.57. You're going to be getting scraps, but you can go out there and you can get some numbers and put some pressure on your competitor. But look at the pace of this wave. This was much easier. A stark contrast to his very first wave, but you ended up getting a 6.5, which is great. Feels like this one's going to be much higher. And now he's going to put some pressure on Callum, who really hasn't put a number up yet. But look at just nice and paced. He even had a cutback involved there. And then this is where the wave steepens up. He identified that as a set wave. When you see that nice tapered line at J-Bay on your backhand, you're loving things. And wow, just straight up, and then the good solid finish. That's why the dog.
All right, here she goes. Caroline Marks already with a solid lead in this live action here. Down towards final 90 seconds in this heat. And she's put on a bit of a masterclass so far this morning. There's a hit from her. This wave a little smaller. And she'll just plug away with these turns. Nice little steep section opening up here, puts a bit more spark into that one, and again tags it hard, and the flow still very much on point. That thing was ridiculous. She goes upside down into this inside section. It's real shallow in there. She'll want to get out, look after board and body. Caroline Marks on fire.
Good night, Irene. That was fun to watch.
That was pretty slow, and we were all wondering, what's it going to bring this morning? Well, it's brought quality waves. Here goes the backhand attack, and assault really from Caroline Marks' first turn. Lightning speed. Look at the flow she's got here. Into the bowl, bang into the lip, and just keeping that velocity down the line. Another big hit from her. Drops out of the lip, and so composed and gathered. And she is zeroing in on a section here. Gives it the treatment, belts it one more time. Caroline Marks absolutely streaking through the final section. A big hanger to finish. Brilliant surfing from Caroline Marks.
Yes, I love it. This is what, you know, As a surfer, how you want to perform. As a spectator, is what we want to see. Freaking out on this.
Carol Lupo just going for it. Carolyn Marquee just ripped into this wave. A beautiful view from the drone here. The pace is something to note. She didn't try to hit the lip 100 times, but every time she went, she met with power and timing, and it was perfect. And the finish on the inside was absolutely fabulous. So she just met it as it closed on her. And you know what? She is having a blast out there for sure right now. And I love it. Look at this last turn. Bang! Which drops out of the sky, which just goes through impossibles right there. The style, the timing, the technique, the power, right there on the money. Hits the button. Look at the spray. That is just showing you the perfect timing that she hit the lip with, Rich.
Yeah, that's the best wave we've seen in the event so far. And, well, Caroline Marks, perfect timing here on the backhand. You can see just picking these moments, just waiting patiently. Now she gets on the heel side, bottom turn, eyes off the lip. You can see here now her eyes, they start going back down the line as she's performing that turn. And just so composed off the bottom. And this final maneuver here, that wave, so critical. That section just cupped out. There you go. Just, an incredible way to open up, and we got a huge score. We're going to just get perfect waves all day long and into tomorrow as well. Here we go, heat underway.
So Bettylou here on a good looking wave, and she will go with a big speed turn and bring that one right down into the pocket, and again snap in the lip, redirects the board and straight on the gas. Nice turn from her, throwing plenty of spray. Great hit to finish that one off. So not the longest J-Bay ride of all time, but some spice and power in those turns. Welcome back to live action from the Corona Open J-Bay. You're looking at Tyler Wright here swinging on her second wave. Powerful opening turn from her. And again, driving in the pocket, committing that rail. A lot of board underwater. And she slices through. And then patient as this one sets up here, opening up using the full amplitude of the face of the wave. A quick snap from her. And this one will get pacey here. Let's see what she's got through to the inside. Goes up with a float maneuver to finish.
A nice clean bottom turn, attack the lip, 6-1-7. So John now feeling the pressure, needs a 7-3-5. Winding up, big tail high reverse. Florence gets it. Perfect transition as he hammers the lip. Belts it again. Florence going straight up multiple times, looking to shut it down. Just a quick little head dip to look back at the panel. He enjoyed that one.
He just wound the dial up a little bit more on that one, didn't he? That's the first wave in this heat where John's looked like the pace has gone up a level. Let's watch the replay here. So John stays nice and high. Now he starts to go. Pumps down the line. Goes straight into the air reverse. Perfect transition. Gets back onto the...
And it will be Italo getting this wave. So with a better position, he's going for the big backside full road in the flats. Italo will pick himself back up and continues with the big rotations from Yago to Italo in back-to-back heats.
Wow. And was able to regain composure and get back on his feet. You can see here the board almost coming. Well, it did. Came completely around, landed on the flats again. And at that point, you'd have to think, oh, he's toast.
That was massive. And the impact of that landing, the way he was able to absorb it. Going for just one gigantic punt. Now it's Yago's turn. He might be doing the same thing. He's got the racetrack. He's landed a lot of these today. There's a nice tail-high version of a full rotation.
What?
Thiago Dora does it again.
Wow. Wow, this is super interesting. That was the same wave that Ian Gentile took off right up the point, and you can see here Yago, he's going, okay, there you go, there it is. That's what you wanted. Now, this is crazy, and just driving down the line. There was so much setup speed, and he was just looking for that one moment, and well, that is by far the best air that he's done in the whole heat. And like you said, Joe, you know, we've seen him grease these without any fluctuation, without any, you know, wobble or bad moment in the landing, and he did it. This one just completely just connects with the bottom of the wave, full rotation, had the height, And that, you'd have to think, is going to be a huge score.
That is as radical as it gets, and he's given us a lot of versions of that air in this seat specifically. He had a much bigger section than his opening ramp that he had. He was inverted, his footwork was perfect, and
welcome back to live action from J-Bay. Here goes the yellow jersey worn by Felipe Toledo. And he's waited a long time for this wave. 25 minutes, big stinging snap from him. Just unleashing. And again, going up into the lip, getting a little slide. And has to be patient to line up this turn, which is a precise wrapping hook in the pocket again. Just forcing himself into the lip. And a strong, strong finish from him. So after a quiet start, 20 odd minutes without riding the wave, Toledo's got something to say. He is with Griffin. Colapinto's got a big lead in this. What's he got for us here? Opens up, just sluicing off the top, some speed here. He is flying down the line. Massive ollie, stomps that. That thing was huge. And finishes it with a big foam climb as well. I love it.
Gotta love the big slob grab. Take a look at it, Strider.
Here's a setup. He comes in, does a nice quick crack to set it up, identifies the stretching section, boosts, leaves the surface, grabs, and then just re-enters for a lip. I mean, that was just one of those things where the timing was so precise right here into it. A little bit of north wind, so catches it perfect.
Look at the grab, just touches the rail. Click.
Grabs it, and then he's just leaning over that back foot, identifying the landing just so beautifully. Clicks back in.
Taps the tail.
I mean, really, come on, that was technically perfect.
Okay, does it go bigger than the 767? I certainly hope so.